Ladies and gents, welcome. Welcome to the pit. Yes, the pit of Goldenstone, which isn't that severe, but it's a map I haven't covered in a long time, and we've got some low elo legends here. In the blue, we have H Scorpio 778, who I believe initially placed the house and tried to shift queue the villagers back to the sheep, but misclicked with shift, and so the villagers came here and then went back to the house. And it's all good. We've been there, blue. H Scorpio 645 elo. Picked a pretty good civ for this map, I would say. And over here in the red, we have Young Koch. Young Koch. I have no idea what a Koch is. And Koch is playing as the Aztecs. Also, actually, I think a really good civ for this map. Both of these civs are pretty good for this. The focus, of course, on this map is to eventually control the middle gold and stone. And you've got 6 tiles of gold available near your town center. And then once that runs out, there is nothing left for you. So it's enough gold where you can make it to Castle Age. You can chill here for a bit, but definitely during Castle Age or early Imperial Age, you need to contest to the middle. Yeah, one of the... I think Young Koch was German, and H Scorpio is Spanish. So if Koch means cook in German, then we've got a young cook here in the red. Oh, okay. Speaking of German, you guys are just so excited, I'm sure, that I'm bringing up the German language. That's one of my favorite things on stream. I found out what you're welcome means, or how to say you're welcome in German last night, randomly. Because I just randomly said Danke to my fiance, and then she responded. I actually forget what it is already. Like, bitten? Bitten? How do you say it? Bitte? That's what it is. And I said, huh? And she goes, you've been to Germany so many times, you don't know how to say you're welcome? And I said, that doesn't mean you're welcome. And she goes, yes, it does. Look it up. And I was like, no, it doesn't. And it turns out it does. So yeah, apparently no one ever thanked me for anything. So I could never say you're welcome while I was over there. So way to go. Yeah, so, learning German one word at a time. Anyways, let's talk about the map. Okay, let's talk about the map. Oh, wait, hold on. Borlor, 645 elo. Could be dicey. Could be dicey. Some blockage. And nice job. Not bad there from blue. The golds are very exposed here for Scorpio. I find that sometimes the map generation for the Golden Pit map can be kind of awkward. And yeah, this is a rough one. Like, really hard to wall this one in. This one's pretty exposed as well. So maybe blue will have to be a little bit more aggressive. But blue does have a lot of space towards the back. I would say that going for the Janissary is one of the best plays you could actually go for here is the Turks. It's a really strong unit. We'll see if blue does that. And oh, here we go. We have the young cook slaughtering the boar as well. That is a lumber camp, which I believe is due to the fact that it is placed like that. Probably due to the fact that the trees are large. Yeah. It's a little bit more obvious how far away that lumber camp is from the wood when you are, when you have the small trees on. So we'll keep the big trees on for now. Oh God, sorry. New keyboard problems. Not the most efficient lumber camp ever, but it'll get the job done there for red. Yeah, sorry about that. I got a new keyboard a month or two ago, and there's buttons on the side, and I have yet to get around to looking into if I could disable the buttons. But I find that as I hold my drink with my left hand, because in Dark Age, I'm not really using both hands. Sometimes I'll get my drink. I can somehow bump the side of the keyboard. I had no clue that I bumped the side of the keyboard until I bought a keyboard that has buttons there. But, like, I forget about it until the next time I make the mistake. It's not something I think of anymore. Like, in 2 minutes, that's going to be gone from my brain, and I'm not going to think maybe try and disable those. So it's going to be a feature of the content for a long time. All right, villagers coming over here to berries now for the young cook, who needs a house right now. Young cook is a lack of houses, and there we go. There's the house. Weird Pterodactyl says the best language for your welcome is definitely Italian. You go to a pizzeria, thank them for something, grazie, and they announce how happy they are to help you with a boastful prego. Really? I gotta test that out. You guys want to hear a story about a pizza shop where I grew up. Actually, I have multiple stories that came to mind about a small town pizza shop, but I'll tell you the one that I was thinking of. This scout is being attacked by Red. This is Auto Scout. The scout is faster than the eagle, so should be fine. So, when I was in my senior year of high school, I worked at a tech store. I believe it's only in the U.S. called Best Buy. And basically, they kind of sell anything electronic, right? So the big thing is like computers, TVs, speakers, car stereos, stuff like that. But they branch out to other things. Anyways, I worked there, right? And at lunch, I would go down the road to this tiny pizza shop. And for whatever reason, the owner of the pizza shop would just talk to me all the time. He would just tell me everything. I'm like 18. This dude's like 55. And he would just tell me about his life and ask about my life. And he liked me. He was a nice guy. And so I'd walk in and he'd be like, hey, Best Buy. Hey, Best Buy. He would call me Best Buy, right? All the time. Well, I only worked there for like a year, right? And I would still go back there for quite a few years. And he's like, hey, Best Buy, just scream it. And I'm like, it's not my name, but, he never asked. And so, like 3 years ago, I go home. So this would have been, let's see, I was 18 when I worked at Best Buy, okay? 3 years ago, I was 28. So basically 10 years later, now granted, maybe like 7 or 8 years after he'd seen me last, because he moved away, I go in there, and he looked like he had aged 10 years. I'm sure I looked like I aged 10 years. And he goes, hey, Best Buy, it's been a while. Not even kidding. He remembered me. I don't know why. I don't know why he remembered me. I was just showing up to get my pizza and my salad, but I felt really appreciated, man. I felt really appreciated. This villager's not going to feel appreciated because no one's here to protect her. Yep. Yeah, she's dead. Young Cook doesn't seem very pleased with the fact that Red Scout was around. Oh, God. Best Buy's about to get killed over here. So, Scorpio is actually taking stone and gold in the middle, which is a very interesting approach. And Red hasn't actually taken any gold or stone yet. And these villagers are... Okay, they're going to farm. They're going to farm. There we go. They're going to farm. That's the new auto farm feature right there, for sure. That's Red using auto farm. Look how many farms that he placed that quickly. And Blue going for the line of houses. I actually have... So, another small restaurant joke. It was so cool, man. I don't know. There's something about a place that's real tiny like that. There's this Indian food place near where I lived before I moved out of Pennsylvania. And I go there like every day after the gym, right? Because they just have like, combinations of chicken and rice. And I didn't really grow up with a lot of like spices in my household. And that place had tons of spices. So I was branching out. And it got to the point where... he was same deal, would tell me about his life, whatever. But this guy would make me meals because he was testing to see if, and I quote, basic Americans would like the spices. He said it in a nice way. I didn't take offense to it. But he said, he was testing to see if basic Americans could handle it so we could put it on the menu. So I got tons of free meals, dude, because I would go in there. And I'd be like, no, that's way too spicy. And he'd be like, okay, good. Because I didn't grow up with a lot of spice, I got to go back there. I haven't been back there in so long. Oh, man. I don't know why we're talking about food right now. Anyways, there's not a lot going on. Red did notice, though, that Blue is in the middle of the map and kill the villager there. So I think Red is going to try and pressure that. Makes sense, right? And that is the weakness of being in the middle, by the way. That would be the downside of being here, is the fact that you are exposed. 30 villagers for Blue, 24 for Red. Red seems to put a lot of focus onto the military. Blue seems to be a little bit more economic so far. Oh, and Blue doesn't have lube! Blue doesn't have lube! Someone says, I'll be basic for a free meal. I mean, I would always pay for some stuff. Like, I wouldn't, I felt bad just letting him give me free meal. It would be like, he would give me a small dish of this apparent, like, new meal. And I would have, like, my normal meal, right? Man-at-Arms will beat Militia every single time. No loom for blue is a problem. And red is not producing any vills behind this. Red is full focus on the military production. I love that, right? The aggressive players, they're not producing as many vills because of you only have so much time to focus. And now blue has all these vills, but blue is to keep them alive. This is the beauty of the game, guys. The balance. And, oh, man. Oh, goodness. Oh, pain. 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 The scouts on Bloodlines, that's a positive. The tower maybe will go up. Yikes. Yikers. Oof. Okay, blue, deep breaths. Okay, and stop trickling units in one by one. That's what you do here. Okay, it's not going to get any better for you if you just keep sending units one by one here. Okay. Or you could just resign. That is also another option. You could just quit and take your deep breaths in between this game and the next game. That is a very valid option as well. Blue had collected 800 more resources than the enemy. The thing that blue didn't know is that red was doing his best to execute on the Lel meme, okay? When that attack started, red had 24 villagers. When that attack ended, red still had 24 villagers. Red didn't multitask at all. Red didn't go back and forth. Red was full on the attack, and it worked. And, of course, you just don't know if your opponent is, not focused back at home at all. Good stuff from red, though. Like, the eco was set up very nicely. And the man-at-arm attack was at the perfect spot. Like, he saw that blue was here, and he just said, okay, if that's how we're going to do it, I'm just going to go kill you right now. Blue just, if you're going to be in the middle like that, you got to have some army, probably. I think Scorpio was probably just waiting and hoping to make army in Castle Age. There's the resources collected there. Pretty interesting stuff, though. But when you have a KD like 11-2, things go a long way there for you, red. So well played. Congrats to red. Young Cook, over 600 elo now. Let's go.